Now, another thing is funding. We are still on things that buzz the consular that can affect your visa approval. Funding. And here, it happened to me, right? For example, when I went for my first interview, those of you who have been watching our videos, you are aware of my story. When I went for my first interview and the funding issue came up, the consular was, who is funding you? Said my sister is funding me. And for me, I was lucky enough for the consular to ask me why. And I said, because my sister has been the one sponsoring me since I was in high school. It doesn't make sense. Those things bore the consular. Find a better reason to explain why your sister is sponsoring you. Of course, your sister has been the one sponsoring you whilst you were in high school. No one is doubting that. That is good. But also, the consular, you can give the consular another good reason why your sister is sponsoring you. For example, my sister is the one sponsoring me because I had a first class doing my undergraduate studies, and in my family, I'm the only one with the first class. I'm just giving a cliche example. In my family, I'm the only one with the first class, and my sister promised to sponsor me. My sister is the one sponsoring me because, unfortunately, 2 years ago, we lost our father, and my sister became the breadwinner of the family. I talked to her about my studies, and she was willing to sponsor me. My sister is sponsoring me because I've been working with my sister, right? And there are times that it can be a soft loan. You got a scholarship and you need about $8,000. You need about $5,000, right, to sponsor yourself, okay? And you go to the interview. It is okay to tell the consular, especially if you made the arrangement to say, hey, I am being sponsored. I receive this amount of scholarship, and I'm being sponsored by my sister. Actually, I talked to my sister, my brother, my uncle about my academic interest, and I requested for a soft loan, which I can pay over a period of 2 years when I return. So my sister is giving me a soft loan. All these are strategies and ways you can use to explain why somebody is sponsoring you, but not just to say somebody is sponsoring you because he's the one who has been sponsoring you all your life, right from SHS. Those things do not sell. It will bore the consular. It will not affect you. It will affect you. So make sure that you avoid it. Now, the next thing, we are still on funding. The next thing that bores the consular and get your visa denied. In most cases, we are not aware, but they are genuine issue. When people come to us for coaching, after we listen to them, we see some sort of inconsistency in their story. For example, somebody came to me, and this person is coming to study business administration, right? And the person is being sponsored by a mother. Now listen, a mother, the bank statement that this person has over 10 million Ghana cedis, right? 10 million Ghana cedis, that is, yes, 10 million Ghana cedis, right? Old Ghana cedis, 10 million. So this will be how much? Is it 100,000? 100,000 is 1 million. So yeah, I don't know how you call it, but approximately, let me see, the person has about, let me convert it into dollar. Maybe that will make sense for me, right? So then, approximately, the person have over $700,000 in their account. And I asked this person, who is sponsoring you? She said, my mother. I said, okay, what does your mother do? So my mother is into real estate. She has houses that she rents, apartment that she rents. She also has her own shop because she deals in goods from China. She buys goods from China and others. Okay, that is really impressive. Now, what do you do? What do you do? Said, oh, I just finished my national service and I'm into a voluntary service with an NGO. And I'm like, really? Your mother is this rich, has this real estate business, has this shops that she imports and exports from, and she earns about $90,000 a year. And your mother, as somebody, a graduate, a bachelor's degree holder in accounting, your mother cannot employ you in her own firm that is so successful. This story does not make sense. Obviously, the consoler know that you are lying. This thing will not wash. Like, it is inconsistency. No African mother will be such rich and allow the daughter to be wallowing in voluntary job and because the person is not finding employment. Because how can my mother be so rich and I graduated as a business student and I'm not finding a proper job to do in my mother's company? So as soon as you say that, although in your bank statement you have sufficient funding, the bank statement proves that whoever is sponsoring you can sponsor you, but there's always a limitation, and the limitation in your story is that your story does not make sense because your mother cannot be this rich, your mother cannot have this company whilst you are not employed in the company. Obviously, the consoler will know that you are lying, and I tell you, this will bore the consoler. So always make sure that you are consistent. And sometimes people think that having huge sums of bank statements is that which will prove that they can sponsor themselves. No, the consolers are not looking for people with huge bank statements. That is not what they are looking for, right? The consolers are looking for people who can prove that they can pay. And proving that you can pay is relative. It depends on how you answer your questions and you approach the purpose of your studies. So please make sure you become very consistent with this.